The summer months give our cooling systems a real workout. Those higher electricity prices can be stressing. Is there anything you can do to help lower the cost? And how do proposed regulations affect what could come? For that, let's welcome the president and CEO of the National Mining Association, Hal Quinn. Good morning, Hal.
Good morning, Mary. How are you?
We're fine here. It's nice to see you. In a nutshell, what is the EPA's Clean Power Plan and what's the potential impact?
Well, what their plan is to place every state on an electricity budget, and they're attempting to lower carbon dioxide emissions by dictating to states how much and where they'll generate their electricity from. And in a state like Nebraska, which depends on coal-generated electricity for 3/4 of its power, that's going to be very expensive, and it also has grave implications for the reliability of the supply. We'll see double-digit power rate increases in at least 40 states across the country, Nebraska being one of them, with probably a rate increase over the next couple of years of 20% if this rule goes forward.
It makes a big difference for everybody, but especially those on fixed incomes. But then there's this issue of emissions, and I think we all want to live on a healthy planet. So what do you propose as a safer and less expensive option?
What we could do is we could actually use the best technology, the technology we developed here in the United States for new power plants. And for coal power plants, we could actually be using supercritical and ultra supercritical boiler technology that would, if we put that in place and replace those replace old plants with these new plants, we'd be reducing our emissions by 25 to 40% in some cases as we retire these older plants. But EPA's regulations won't allow us to do that, and this American technology is actually being deployed very successfully overseas, particularly in Asia, in countries like China, South Korea, Japan, and other places, and they're getting the benefit of this reliable, low-cost, and lower-emission technology. And
replacing plants as old ones retire, I guess, you're not saying replace all of the plants that are currently operational?
No, the ones that when their lifetime is up and they need replacement, use this newer technology, but EPA's rules won't allow that. They're basically saying you'd have to use a technology that is not actually available today.
So what are you asking of our viewers and other Americans right now?
Well, I think one of the things that every American can think about and consider is talking to their governor and their state elected leaders. What EPA's plan relies on is each state trying to implement what EPA's mandates are. And actually, under the federal law, the states don't have to do that. A governor can choose not to submit a plan to implement EPA's costly power plan. And by our estimation, that choice would actually be less risky and less costly to Nebraskans.
Is there a website, Hal, that has more information on it? I imagine there must be, because this is a larger issue than what we can cover in a few minutes this morning.
Yes, Mary, they can go to a website. It's countoncoal.org, O-R-G.
All right, Hal. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Last week, we welcomed former All-Star third baseman Aaron Boone to the Morning Blend. In our picture of the day, an update to something he talked about that's good news for Boys Town.